we'd like to continue our weekly land report, that is, with the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers. Immediate past president of the group, Mark Peterson, joins us now for more on this. Mark, obviously a lot going on, a lot to get to. I know that you have mentioned an increase in interest rates has not had a negative impact on property transactions as buyers are paying cash or maybe using the 1031 tax-deferred exchange funds for purchases. But what impact has the increase in rates had on producers for their short-term borrowing?
Well, I'll tell you, interest rates on operating loans have increased about 300 basis points over the past year, while input costs have generally increased 20 to 30% over the last 3 years. As a result, the higher interest rates for borrowing these inputs increases an operator's interest cost by 50%. Now, some operators have taken advantage of utilizing special offers from input suppliers, but these opportunities really represent a very small portion of their total interest cost.
Talk a little bit more about that. How does that break down?
Well, what they've done is they've tried to use input suppliers, costs on seed and stuff like that. They'll offer 90 days financing and stuff like that, 0% financing. So
it's mainly short term. Is this also with long-term borrowing? Is this a trend that we're also seeing there?
Long-term borrowing is pretty interesting because the interest rates from a year ago are up about 100 to 150 basis points. Now, you wouldn't think that would be that significant of an increase. However, producers who are looking to purchase equipment and land, they're very, very cautious. Some agricultural real estate lenders I've spoken with are reporting a 50 to 65% decrease in loan applications and around a 50% decrease in volume by dollar amount.
I want to talk, I know some of your members do appraisal work on rural residential properties. Have you seen an impact there on the market as far as interest rates are concerned?
There's been a significant impact on that market. Rural residential properties have been a good source for first-time home buyers entering the market. That's something when we were looking at buying our first home, we were looking at that because you're out of the mainstream urban market where there's more competition. And generally, rural residential properties need more remodeling and TLC, with first-time home buyers willing to put in the sweat equity to improve those properties. The pandemic drove up the prices of these type of properties with people social distancing themselves and the popularity of taking on do-it-yourself type projects and entering the market to flip houses.
Mark, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. With these increasing interest rates, this has really driven many of the first-time home buyers out of the market. I read an article today that the report that Farmer Mac Consumer Sentiment Survey showed that high interest rates surpass home prices, the high price in homes, as the #1 affordability hurdle. As a result, there's a 30% reduction in rural residential loan applications and funded production.
Yeah, this is interesting. A lot of people are really having to put on hold buying these houses. As far as the interest rate's concerned, I don't know if it's going to peak or if it'll ease in 2024. That's something that we've yet to see, but we're going to have to talk about that at a later date. We're out of time. Thank you, Mark, so much. Immediate past president of the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers, Mark Peterson.